Okay. And just like that, we're back. I'm so sorry about that. I do not know why my computer did that, but we are back, back again. Let's try this intro one more time. Hit that like button as it's playing.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. That's all. 1 and 1 got to equal 2.
Make it make sense. Hey,
Yeah,
I love that. Make it make sense.
Make it make sense, boo.
Big moves.
Surfer.
Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things in your dreams. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things in your dreams. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense.
Hey, I see you done made your way back over here on my page, looking and lurking. Yes, I know it's exhausting. She's still doing the same thing. She's still all that.
Still all that. Welcome, lurkers and all. Okay, guys. So Marlo gave this interview. Again, I thought it was super interesting because it was almost a little bit of get back, I feel, for Nene. The rest of the stuff, you could figure. She doesn't really mess with Kandi. And technically, if she can get them off, Marlo is now the star of the show. Which Courtney, Giovanna, Clark Atlanta, what did she say? Not interested. I know she's going to be at the reunion. I don't want to see it. So Marlo got an interview with E! News. Now, y'all, I want to show you this. I know y'all say I'm shady. I'm fine with that. Y'all can call me shady. So we got Nene having 1.6 million views with Carlos King. Kenya, I think, is at like 400,000 or 500,000. Marlo does an interview with E! News, and it has 2,000 views. $2,000. But she said some interesting things, and y'all know we have to review it. So Starless.
Only lessons learned. No regrets. When I look back, I'm like, God, you could have said this differently. But guess what? I always speak my truth. And that's one thing I'm never going to regret. I speak my truth. My delivery may not be the best, but I damn sure
She speaks. I don't know if it's her truth, but she speaks.
speak my truth and how I feel.
And we had to ask her about her dream cast for next season.
Definitely me. Definitely Sonya. Definitely Sheree. I want.
Y'all can put in the chat if this is your dream cast, because I know Marlo has fans, and I know y'all be getting on me about what I be saying in regards to Marlo. But if that's your dream cast, let us know.
My Courtney back. I love her because she comes in and she brings it to the girls. She was not afraid. Portia definitely needs to come back, even though she doesn't love me, but she's great TV. She has an amazing story, and we're going to hold her to the fire as well. So come on back, Portia. We need to know your story. What's going on with your marriage? Absolutely, Portia. I hate to say it. I'm okay with.
I don't mind Portia coming back, but I'm definitely not cool on Marlo. Not cool on Marlo. Congratulations to Sonya. A baby's a beautiful thing. I love her family unit. I just don't think this is the right show for her. I want to see her more in like competition shows or stuff like that. But oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. She said her truth, ma'am, is not the truth. It's some she does share somebody's truth. She was all up in there with Kenya trying to figure out the Bolo stuff, but she's a virgin, remember? Let's continue.
Okay with Kandi not being there. I would love for Kandi to come back for the Shade Assassin, but I don't want her to come back because she's a mean girl. She's so mean. She's trying to pretend that she's not a mean girl, but you don't just play a villain for 11 years.
Okay, so let's get into it. You guys noticed there was no mention of Nene Leakes. Nene, her good sister, there was absolutely no mention of Nene Leakes in that. That is a snub. But I kind of wanted to get into it like, well, is she snubbing Nene because Nene has snubbed her? Or is she just, now that she is a peach holder, she's not going to go against the network? Because if you listen to interviews, even though Nene calls Kandi and Kenya starless, they have both said they want her back on the show. So it's a little bit, not the Apple computer is working. Yeah, that was rough. Never happened to me before in my life. She's scared she's going to lose her job. That might be one thing. But if y'all remember, Nene has changed her tune on Marlo. Because let's not forget.
And what makes them likable and lovable is when the viewers love and hate. That makes an amazing character. And I think, and an outspoken character. And
Nene not being on the show just doesn't make sense to me. It also doesn't make sense that Marlo doesn't have a peach yet. And I've had Marlo on the show twice now where I've said to her, I don't understand why you don't have a peach. And she said she's ready for a peach and she's ready to show more of her life. Don't you think it's overdue for Marlo at this point?
No, I disagree.
Oh, you don't think Marlo deserves a peach?
I disagree.
Why?
Well, the reason I disagree is because if you've been doing something for so long, I don't see the network giving you a peach. I just don't. I'm just speaking from my eyes and the way I view the network and the way television works. You have given them everything, for this amount of pay. Why do they need to give you a peach? For what? But I mean, what's going to change? They get everything they need right now. What are they going to get when they give you a peach? All they're going to get is a photo with you holding a peach. What is actually going to change? Do you know anything that's going to change? I mean, that's a real question.
I mean, maybe we'll see who she's dating. Maybe we'll see more of that personal stuff, family stuff with her family that we haven't seen. I don't know.
If they wanted to see it, they could see it now. And she was showing it. And they know that. They actually have shown it. They shown you her personal stuff. She has her 2 nephews, and they've shown you with her 2 nephews. That's it.
Okay, so this was Nene right after she did not get her contract renewed, and at the start of, her coming at the network. Real talk, Nene. I miss Nene. I'm one of the people who would like to see Nene back. A lot of people, every time I say it, my comments get flooded. I don't want to see Nene back. I would not mind some of the originals back, minus Sheree. She could go. No Deshaun. Actually, maybe just Nene. But that was on record how she felt. Now, how it switched up was around this
person. They weren't entertaining, or they were not like. I just don't see any stars on the show.
So we have Kenya, Kandi, Sheree, Sonya, Drew, and Marlo. Out of those 6 women, do you see any stars in them?
I do not.
Okay. How do you feel about Marlo getting a peach?
From what I've heard and from what I've seen, Marlo is the one that's bringing the most entertainment on the show. Now, we really have a problem. So if Marlo is the biggest
this might be why Marlo chose to snub her. If Marlo's bringing the most entertainment, we might have a problem. It sounded cool on the surface, but this was quintessential Nene. She's going to make you think she's going to bring you right up to the edge, and then she's going to shank you. And that's what she did to Marlo. She's going to hit you right up to the edge where you think she's being nice.
Entertainer on the show, they have got to do something.
Why is that?
No, not that she's not entertaining. It's just shocking that this has been the person that was a friend to the show for many years. And now she is bringing the most entertainment. That says a lot about those girls who've been holding those peaches for years. They need to take away their peaches and let them become the friend then. Because if she's being the most entertaining person on the show, that's crazy. Some of those girls have been on the show. That they are paying some of the other people probably way more than they're paying Marlo, and Marlo is the most entertaining. Then they need to give Marlo some of these other people's check, and some of them.
Now, I don't think Marlo's the most entertaining, but I've been very vocal about Marlo getting a positive edit. Marlo came in, and I think that the producers saw that her storyline at coming at Kandi about her nephew's passing was not a good look. And so what they started doing was making it so that Marlo would get so many confessionals where she might say something funny. If you think that that is not by design, then I don't know what to tell you. That is definitely prepping Marlo to be something more, just like they are now having Sheree sit next to Andy. Sheree didn't sit next to Andy at the height of her RHOA career. Even when she was Who Gonna Check Me Boo and all that, and she was always towards the end of the couch. They're probably trying to just give somebody a little, maybe give Sheree a little boost in pay and see if she could do it. But just like on Family Feud, she's gonna flop. It's a mess. Nene has effectively changed her tune over the years. I don't know if it has anything to do with the fact that she's cool with Marlo. Somebody pointed it out that her and Marlo were at the Beyonce concert. I do think that they are friends, and I do think that Nene realizes that photo ops and press opportunities with Marlo will keep her trending. I'm here for whatever Nene needs to do to get back on television. A lot of people don't like her. I don't mind seeing Nene, especially when she's funny and vivacious, like original Nene. Y'all don't like when I say toothless Nene, but that was Nene season 1 through 3, right? Where Sheree had said she ate her teeth. I like that Nene. I love that Nene. I rooted for that Nene, and I was happy when that Nene became the rich bee. Literally, I loved it for her. But, you know, Nene, in her brain, she's a straight shooter, and she never felt like Marlo should be holding a peach. And it is a coincidence that Marlo now does have a peach, now that there was nobody else left to cast, including Nene getting fired.
Is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence? I ask you. Is it a coincidence?
It's not a coincidence, Nene. It's not a coincidence, Nene. Marlo was there. You were gone. She was a familiar face, and they put her in the spot and created this monster. Kim said that about Nene's teeth. No, you know, I am a super fan. It was the episode where we got the rich bee. Sheree said, your house got foreclosed on your first season. You had to get your second house in Lisa Wu's name. Your car also was repoed from the Home Depot. And she also said, before you got them horse teeth, you ate your other teeth. That was a Sheree read when she chased Nene out. Y'all can say what y'all want about Sheree, but what did she say? Don't let the cute face fool you. I think she is from Ohio. I think she's from Ohio. Sheree, you know, Sheree's kind of built. Y'all remember, fix that body, fix that face. Sheree is not one to be played with. She then chased Kenya out the scene. She chased Nene out the scene. And you know, Nene loves to get in people's faces. But I think she gets in people's faces who aren't going to, you know, get her back. And Sheree looks like she could bench press some weight. Sheree said that in the rest. Yeah, that was quintessential Sheree. Sheree will hold in that read, and she'll give you a good old truthful read. Unless it's about Martell, then she'll lie through her teeth. But it is interesting that Marlo is choosing to leave Nene out of that iteration. And I was really interested to what the straight shooters felt about that, because do you feel like she is in line with what Bravo, who is now paying her, wants? Or do you just feel like this was get back and it's fair? Nene has done it to her multiple times, so this was her chance. The only problem was Nene did it in interviews that have 500 to 1 million views or more, and Marlo did it on an interview that had 2,000 views. So, just saying, there is a difference. We got 500 people in here. This was not my normal schedule. This is a second time we're trying this out. So definitely hit that like button. Let's get to like 300 likes. We're at like 100. It definitely helps my channel. As you know, YouTube has been kind of like messing with me, demonetizing videos. So every little bit helps to rebuild. Let's get into this. Y'all, I thought this was absolutely hilarious, but I'm curious to know. We're going to start doing, like, we're going to have a good time on these videos. It's not just going to be Bravo. It's going to be crazy stuff that I see. I've been getting a lot of positive feedback that y'all like, mix in a little crazy, a little serious, like with the Clarence Thomas. expose. This was hilarious. She definitely walked the corporate line. But Mims, I don't read the rags anymore. I come to YouTube for recaps and news. Okay, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Definitely. So y'all, this took me out. So let's go back. Okay, here we go.
Are you supposed to pay me? I paid you the app. This is not saying anything about payment. That'd be great. It says zero. It says that you left nothing. As far as the tip. Yeah. I did. Can I have my food? Yeah, look at it.
Mommy, she just found her food on the ground. Right. Somebody tip. Yes.
Okay, so here's the thing, y'all. Here's my issue. Let's start here. At the end of the video, we realize that it's a child, right? I am a person who tips everybody. If I'm at a hotel, I leave a tip for the staff that clean. If I'm at a restaurant, I usually, if it's good service, I tip 20%. If it's or more. If it's bad service, I at least tip 10%. This one took me out. First off, it's a kid. So would you be talking to the parent like that? Secondly, when I looked through the comment section of this video, a lot of people felt like they don't have to tip. I don't. Like, y'all can put in this comment section. We won't judge you if you're not a tipper. But for me, I feel like if somebody is getting your food, you've left instructions to make sure that they have the ketchup, they got the silverware, then they're bringing you the food so that you don't have to get off your couch. Why wouldn't you tip? Like, I'm not a Doordash person. I'm not a Uber Eats person unless like I'm at work. Why would you feel like somebody is supposed to? There is a service charge in there, but that goes directly to the company. And I think maybe you make $3 per delivery. Like, what is that? Okay, so people are saying they always tip. I just feel so bad for service industry people if you have done your job and you can't tip. But let's watch it again. Now that you guys know the whole story. It was a little girl, but this woman could clearly see that her amount was zero, which meant that she was only going to make the like $2 to $3 that DoorDash was going to pay her. So maybe she drove across town. Maybe she drove 5 miles. You have gas. Basically, you wanted this woman to do it for free. So it's a kid. I don't agree talking to a kid like that. But at the same time, there's something with that.
Are you supposed to pay me? I paid you the app.
Are you supposed to pay me?
This is not saying anything about payment. That'd be great. It says zero. It says that you left nothing. As far as the tip. Yeah. I did. Can I have my food? Yeah, look at it.
Mommy, she just found her food on the ground. Right. Somebody tip. Yes.
It was the confusion on her face for me. Are you supposed to pay me? It's not funny. The whole situation, the video is funny. The situation is not. Shout out to the Uncut. Definitely follow him on Instagram. This is an actual buddy of mine. And little known fact, the Uncut is actually the singer from Make It Make Sense. Anyway, I'm not feeling her doing this to a child, but in the same accord, you can't get off your couch to go and pick up your food, but you also can't tip the person providing the service to go get it. I don't like that. I definitely don't like that. It's given Florida. So some of the people said people should learn to tip DoorDash driver. Livro tip is some punk. I always tip. People love to feel entitled to tips. It must be earned. Well, what didn't she do to earn her tip? She brought you your food. The food is warm. What didn't she do to earn the tip? Obviously, she did not deserve a tip anyway. She has a nasty attitude. What would you need from a DoorDash person? Anytime that we do order from DoorDash, all they do is they bring you the food and they make sure that they do it as quickly as possible. It's not like a waiter or waitress, but these people are using their gas. Y'all, the girl was dumb. The tip wasn't worth losing her job. She has definitely lost her job. Somebody says, if you can't afford to tip at least $5, don't order food. You pay for the convenience. That is true. I don't care for the whole they're doing you a service, because let me tell you, I've been a waitress and it takes far more work than a DoorDash driver, and I'll explain. Oh, okay, so the waitresses are not feeling it. She needs to get fired. Nobody has to tip a waitress, bartender, delivery person, etc. Now, if someone doesn't, that's cool, but it's not mandated, and that's why it's always optional. If you want extra money, go get a regular job. I do not agree with that. That is some trash behavior. Oh, okay. If it says no tip, then don't take the order. Oh, is that something? I didn't know you could do that. Renee says, I don't tip. Renee, do you use DoorDash? And have you ever had anybody had an attitude with you? Nobody is required to tip. Okay, so I'm glad y'all are split on this. I'm glad y'all are split on that. All right. We got over 600 in the chat. I don't think we even hit 200 likes. Definitely hit that like button as you are coming in. Let's move on to Bethenny, because y'all wore me out about Bethenny. I mean, y'all literally wore me out. I had so many people saying things like, especially when Nene teamed up with her, this is the right thing for her to do. My whole thing is you can be delivering the right message and be the wrong messenger. Bethenny is one of my favorite reality stars. I also was really happy for her when she had her come up. But I did see some problematic things. So if you weren't here for the last time, this is some stuff that Bethenny does.
I think that in Atlanta, they don't get to a point. It's like, your weave is busted, your tracks, your this, your ratchet. They just yell insults to each other. You never get anywhere. You have to you're ratchet because, and here's my proof.
So that's what Bethenny was saying about the Atlanta girls. She also did a tweet saying, I'm tuned in to the, I don't want to get that wrong. I think she said, I'm tuned in to the Real Housewives of the Ghetto or something to that effect. Oh, Real Housewives in the Hood. She tweeted when RHOA was set to premiere, I'm tuned in to the Real Housewives in the Hood. Is Sheree going to pull out, or is Kim going to pull out Sheree's weave? These are the things that Bethenny says and does. And although I thought she was great on reality TV, more and more people, like major blogs, are pointing out the stuff that I pointed out to you guys a couple weeks ago. Bethenny, let me be clear. I think that reality stars do need some form of union. If you are going to use their image in perpetuity, then fine, great. Unionize, get your money. However, for Bethenny to be the messenger, it falls flat for me. One of the things she compared was reality stars to victims, to women who are taken advantage of. I can't say the R word, but she compared people on reality TV to R word victims.
overall, come at me, bro, because I was the Bravo darling and I did come out the most successful of all. And I did leave twice and I have been asked back multiple times. And I was a part of the machine and I was a leader of the pack. And I did participate in a lot of things that I'm not proud of, but I can explain it to you. I can't understand it for you. And the blinders are off and I do know it all. And the entire Bravo sphere is mentioning it all. And saying that people who signed up for reality TV knew exactly what they were getting into is like saying that a woman who is taken advantage of was asking for it. So if you're going to take a shot at this B, you better not miss.
Okay, first off, you're using your Bravo tagline. Super weird. You're using your Bravo tagline. I in no way equate a reality star to a woman who has been R-worded. What? She also said this, y'all, like the contradictions don't end with her. Let's go here. I'll show you guys.
Talking to me about the Scandival reunion. So I haven't watched Vanderpump Rules. I know I'm the only person, and I keep hearing about this cheating scandal, which to me sounds like a cheating scandal, but it's gotten so much media attention that it seems to be so much more than that. And there's a reunion coming up. So let me tell you what that's like. Everybody is in their own head and talking to producers, trying to get producers to tell them what they want to hear and what's going to happen. And every single producer is telling every single person on the show whatever will make the best ratings, meaning, no, you should say it to her. You should absolutely say it to him. Of course you should. Yes, you were right and they were wrong. No, of course, this is your time to get your word out. And everybody's telling everybody pretty much the same thing just to make sure that the ratings on the show will do well. And my opinion of the scandal is that I had never heard of any of these people, and now I have. So the three of them are way more famous than when they started, and you wouldn't be on the reality show if you didn't want to be relevant. So all of them are getting so many more opportunities, and even the show, the whole show and all the other castmates are way more famous, and it's given all their careers a bump. So while infidelity is real, just like anything else you would see on the Housewives, it's been incredible for their careers. And this is an elective sport. Being on.
Okay, so she's about to get into it being a elective sport. You just compared them to R-word victims, but now reality TV is elective. What has been happening is, as she started the lawsuit, people started saving all of her clips. Now she is going back and deleting the ones that make her sound like a hypocrite, but it's already there for perpetuity. Because as always, she is using Bravo to keep her star alive and well. Are y'all picking up on this? It's no coincidence that Bethenny, before she started the lawsuit, is saying that this is an elective sport. You know what you're getting into when you get into it. And now they're the same as R-word victims.
Being on a reality show is an elective sport. You are electing. So everyone keeps talking to me about.
This specifically is about her interviewing Raquel. Raquel is on Vanderpump Rules. If you don't know, I have watched Vanderpump Rules since their first season, when Sheena got to sit down with Brandy and tell her, I'm sleeping with your husband, or I was sleeping with your husband. That's how long I have watched. There have always been, the show was built around a cheating scandal. You say you don't know who they are, Bethenny, but their ratings have consistently been better than Real Housewives of New York, even when you were there and at its pinnacle. Vanderpump Rules is a cash cow. It's partly why Lisa Vanderpump never needs to go back to Beverly Hills, because the amount she makes on Vanderpump Rules far exceeds what she makes on Beverly Hills. And up until recently, they had higher ratings than Beverly Hills, just to be honest. Bethenny, however, interviewed Rachel and has tried to shift the narrative as if to say, yes, Rachel, you cheated with your good friend's boyfriend. You would sleep in their house. They were helping you pay your bills, but it's okay. The reaction from the fans is the problem. Bravo airing it is the problem. I think I might actually do a watch along or recap the whole interview, but it's shout out to a glorified gossip girl who is catching all these deletes that Bethenny is doing. For her to say, I know everything, I am the Bravo darling. I told you guys from the very beginning, if you wanted the Bethenny clause erased or you wanted everybody to be able to collect an equal share of the parts, why did you wait till you were gone? Guys, I'm not saying that Bethenny does not have a point. What I'm saying is Bethenny is going to get something out of this. If Bethenny gets residuals, she profits. She's no longer profiting off Bravo. This is just another way for her to do so. That's why I'm saying maybe it's the right message, the wrong messenger. Bethenny is the same woman who said this.
Hypocrite. You everyone. You are a slut and a liar and a hypocrite.
Oh, very nice.
And a snake.
This is the kind of stuff that Bethenny says, right? Let's get into it because the people are turning on Bethenny. And again, I'm not saying that the reality stars don't deserve something. What I'm saying is we have to look at the message that she's choosing to put out. It says the irony of it all. Bethenny cashing in ads as she exposes Bravo's exploits and gives Rachel a voice. She literally has more ad spots than any other podcast I've ever listened to. Rachel won't see a dime, LOL. I bet she had to pay her way to fly to B just to record this. If this was a true PSA, it would be ad-free. Or you would give this woman who you just said Bravo exploited for all this money. According to the word on the curb, and y'all know I'm not one to gossip, so you didn't hear this from me, is that Raquel made like $350,000 for this last season. So your bad behavior definitely got you paid. You showed up and you made the money. You showed up for Bethenny and made absolutely no money. So let's look at this.
So you guys are asking me. I did listen to it. I'm dropping a Patreon soon. Whole tune. I did listen to Bethenny with Raquel, and I mean, with everything she says, exploitation without compensation. Well, I'm hoping that this podcast that she did, that's 3 parts, I hope it was a big fat paycheck. I hope it includes residuals every time one of you listen to it. I hope that she is going to split the ad money, even if it gets a listen 12 years from now. I would assuming that she's such an ethical person that she should do this, or if she's becoming a lawyer and opening up a law firm named Jacobian Liars, she can do that. And Andy Cohen apparently is Dr. Frankenstein because he created the smartest, the best housewife. They begged for her to come back a million times. She has a Bethenny clause. I mean, it's all just so amazing. But I mean, clearly this was a great financial choice for Raquel to do. I'm sure she's set for life after doing that interview. It's not like it's going to affect her lawsuit or anything, is it?
Y'all, okay, y'all know I'm shady, but I'm fair. When I looked at the merits of the lawsuit, I agreed. It's just the fact that Bethenny is the one. I'm not even, y'all know me by now. It's right message, wrong messenger. More people are coming out. I do think that reality TV exploits people, but when I heard Bethenny say she doesn't mind being exploited as long as she's paid for it, then what is it? What exactly are you taking a stand for? Bethenny did that interview with Raquel, and look at what happened. Now Bethenny is #1 on podcasts. Shout out to FOH Reality. She's been rocking with the channel since day one. I told her I would be using this. Bethenny is now #1 on Apple Podcasts. I don't know if I agree with this one. This is one of the original Miami Housewives. She says, Bethenny likes to be the hero, but she should be grateful. I can't even wrap my head around anyone being so ungrateful for the opportunity that they want to sue the person that gave it to them. Now, I don't know that I agree with that, Leah Black. I do think that everybody has a right to speak up. If they have been wronged, they should. I don't, that whole, you need to be grateful to me your whole life. I get it. I just feel like it's weird coming from Bethenny. Dorinda said, my experience has been positive. I've been a part of the network for nearly 10 years, and I've loved getting to share my journey with the viewers. And she's made a lot of money from it. She's developed businesses from it. It is very strange, y'all. I can't say it enough that this woman is now taking a stand.
Hypocrite. You everyone. You are a slut and a liar and a hypocrite.
Oh, very nice.
And a snake.
Just, you know, it is what it is. Bethenny knows that she's getting back out to promote herself. Now, y'all, I'm this long of a Bravo fan. I remember when Bethenny was trying to sell Skinny Girl muffins. Her brand was muffins. And she was at like a Whole Foods and nobody even wanted to sample her muffins. I guess her muffin was dry. Yeah, nobody even wanted to sample her muffins, like literally. And through her business prowess, because we can't negate the fact that Bethenny is smart, straight shooter around here, but through her business prowess, through her ability to market herself, through her ability to brand and her promotion on the show, Bethenny was able to make Skinny Girl not only a household name. Skinny Girl should never have been as big as She by Sheree. She by Sheree was a brand that should have taken off. It had brand value. Sheree at the time was known for fashion. Bethenny took Skinny Girl and ran with it. And, you know, it is what it is. It's weird that Bethenny is the one saying this. You just admitted in that deleted tweet that you were part of the machine. You have not been. Omarosa told her, I have to work twice as hard to get a fifth of notoriety, whereas you're giving it. You do have some privilege in that. So she wasn't lying. Bethenny got a talk show, flopped. Bethenny was on Sharks, it flopped. Bethenny did her own kind of, you know, she started off on the Martha Stewart reality show, which she didn't win. She did her own thing. I think it was like on Apple. It flopped. You know what has not flopped? Her podcast talking about Bravo. Every day, if she talks about Bravo, people are interested. She was talking about the Kardashians and stuff on TikTok. Like, this woman is trying to stay in the press. She doesn't want to go back to Bravo, but everything that she talks about is Bravo. I'm not, she said Omarosa worked for Donald. I'm not going there. I'm just saying in her conversation with Bethenny, she did make a valid point. We have to work twice as hard to even get some notoriety. I'm feeling it now. Trust me. A lot of people who do what I do, who don't look like me, aren't going through some of the things with their channel the way that I am. That's, you know, it is what it is. Let's move on. Because she has been posting and deleting, posting and deleting. I don't technically really want to let you guys hear her podcast because Bethenny is the type to get your stuff taken down or report you. But I'm not going to do that. I'm curious to know what you guys are saying. She's also known as a humanitarian. Now, that is something I applaud Bethenny for. Bethenny has worked pretty tirelessly on her humanitarian efforts. And for that, I applaud her. Would even be willing to donate. Have I donated to Bethenny? I don't think that I donated to Bethenny around the time of the Puerto Rico disaster. I don't think that I did, but I would be willing. Y'all know I'm big on philanthropic endeavors. I have to separate her philanthropic version from who I know who she is on reality TV. She's always hustling. That doesn't mean we have to like her, but she's always grinding to make money off someone else's back. That's true. Omarosa was correct. I forgot about that. See, y'all, I am a straight shooter. I'll give it to you. Bethenny has helped a lot of people. I'm not right message, wrong messenger. Maybe I came in late, but Bethenny owes nobody nothing. If you come on a podcast and it blows up, she only owes herself. That's not the point. The point that is being made is she is exclaiming that Bravo has exploited this girl's pain, but she is now also exploiting this girl's pain and not paying her. The same could be said for Bravo. They paid her $350,000 for that season. So they paid you for your pain. Bethenny paid you nothing and is now still bashing Bravo. I mean, you could be charitable and still be an asswipe. Yeah, I was about to say, didn't the T word have a charity? But no, I believe that Bethenny's charity does go and they do good work. Just saying. Bethenny earned her money. Can't argue with it. Bethenny earned her money in the way that she is now saying Bravo is the problem. You earned your money doing just what you're saying that people should not be doing, and Bravo is taking advantage of. It's a whole lot of hypocrisy. Just saying. I have to separate humanitarian Bethenny from Bethenny who mentions it all on the Housewives shows. Many people don't pay for interviews though. Right. Typically, you do not pay for interviews. Although we just found out that that older white guy who interviews all the rappers, he pays for his interviews. Like he's always with Boosie and stuff like that. The point is, you can't say that they are exploiting her and not paying her, and then you exploit her. You're using the same situation. See, it's no surprise that some of your favorite content creators are doing a lot of Vanderpump Rules. Vanderpump Rules hit the height of its popularity through the Raquel Scandival situation. Vlad, yeah, thank you. That was the height of it. So you're going to see a lot of content creators doing a lot of content on it. Bethenny is now a content creator talking about Scandival. You're no different is the point. You're making your money off exploiting this woman who is now saying that she has mental health issues and stuff like that. You're not doing anything for her. In fact, you might be hurting her lawsuit. But what it does is it makes Bethenny's podcast number one. You get Raquel to come on and give more of her story. You are now exploiting her. Unfortunately for Raquel, Lisa Vanderpump is done with her. When talking to TMZ about Raquel not returning to Vanderpump Rules, Lisa suggested that there would be no point in Rachel filming with the rest of the cast anyways, because the cast doesn't really believe anything that Rachel says. Look, her and Tom are horrible for what they did, but this is reality television. Vanderpump Rules was built off of people cheating. Everybody went through it. Stassi slapped a girl, her first was like season 1, season 2. Stassi slapped Kristen for sleeping with her boyfriend. Stassi was sleeping with the other guy, and all of them are sleeping around. It's all a huge scandal. Bethenny is now taking her opportunity to also capitalize off another Bravo thing. So you're saying Bethenny is the ambulance chaser?
But I ain't want to gossip, so you ain't heard that from me.
Just say you said it, not me. But I am gonna definitely. Okay, question: isn't it different when you're employed to do something versus doing an interview where you aren't an employee? You are capitalizing, and not you, Andre Carr. She is capitalizing off of this girl's scandal while saying that Bravo needs to pay her while not paying her. It's just a whole lot of hypocrisy. Just saying. Not, oh my God, Marlo Star. You just must be starting to watch it. Yeah, Marlo. Anyway. we'll keep talking about it. I'm sure more people are going to be letting us know more about the stuff that Bethenny says. I cannot let you listen to the podcast though, because Bethenny definitely will. Bethenny will get me. Well, I'll show you guys this too. It says, shout out to the Bravo chicks. Rachel Leakes was not paid to appear on Bethenny Frankel's podcast. Rachel Leakes wasn't paid a cent for opening up to Bethenny Frankel about her time on Vanderpump Rules and Tom Sandoval cheating on Ariana in her first interview since the explosive reunion aired. A source says Rachel wasn't paid for an interview with Bethenny. Bethenny offered her an unedited long-form platform where she could speak freely. Rachel knew no other outlet would give her that freedom. That is not true. If you look at your favorite content creators and the amount of views that they get for that, for anything involving Rachel, she could have went to Up and Adam. Like she could have gone to any of Jolene Lunzer. These people are giving y'all the Vanderpump Rules stuff. She could have gone to any of them. She chose Bethenny because Bethenny sought after that. And it is what it is. You said it. I'm interested to see where this goes. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I don't see the hypocrisy in something. That's just not what we do around here. If there's hypocrisy.
So a straight shooter. Pow, pow. And
we're going to point it out. So we got like 300 likes. Let's try to get to 500 likes. It definitely helps your boy out in the algorithm. She could have gone to another platform and they would have given her unedited footage. She could have done whatever she wanted with it. She chose who she wanted. It's just weird coming from that person. Either way it goes, guys, thank you guys for coming back. I appreciate it. I hope that never happens again. If you don't know, earlier we had already started. It was supposed to be a good lunchtime thing, and it just did not pop up. Oh, I didn't know. It says Up and Adam are friends with Ariana, Sheena, and Fake Lala. Oh, no, I didn't know that. I do know that Up and Adam is connected in the Bravo sphere. I know that he worked at, I think like Pump, or he worked at one of Lisa's restaurants before he started his YouTube channel. So he knows those people. I didn't know that he was friends with them, which would not be a good spot for her to go to. But technically, you know, you interview with who you want to. She could interview here. She definitely could have. How did Bethenny do when she returned to RHOA? When Bethenny returned, she outed somebody's fiance/husband for cheating. She called them every H word, every W word you could think of. She cursed people out. She screamed. She yelled. She drank. But I guess that was all Bravo's fault. Just saying. Anyway, I'm going to see you guys later. If more stuff pops off, I'll definitely be here to tell you guys. Thank you for coming. Like the video on the way out. Your boy has, on top of everything else, I found out right after that video ended that we have like a major gas leak. So they're working on that now. They came and did like an emergency thing. So when we went outside, you could actually see like the gas was like bubbling from the gas meter. It was absolutely crazy. So, you know, nothing is, you know, that's just what happens around here. Craziness. So see you guys later. Have a good one.